Taking it on from Rise, we wanted to find a very logical and not forced way of increasing their aptitude for language as the film progresses in Dawn. And so we had all these extended improvisation sessions before shooting, where all the ape actors were, okay, so you're a chimpanzee, you're a gorilla, you're an orangutan. How do they communicate using their own language, vocalizations? And then we started. Well, Caesar was taught American Sign Language, so he would have taught that to his community. So then we found a way of extrapolating that, and so it wasn't exactly American Sign Language, but a more of a slang version that they all created and unified them. And then leading up to the use of human language, and Caesar more than the others because he's the most evolved in the sense that he had the enhanced intelligence drug for the longest time. So. And was brought up with human beings. So so I think the biggest challenge actually was finding a way of segueing into the voice, and obviously we heard in Rise, we heard him say a couple of words, no being his first one, but now he's having to really relate and express himself and express kind of complex philosophical arguments, like later on in the film where he says, I used to think that apes were better than humans, but now I see how much like them we are. That's quite a complex thing to put across as an idea with a prototype language. So that was very much the challenge of this movie. Caesar has grown in so many ways, and he's gone from being this rejected sort of a youngster who was brought up with love, to a rejected teenager, to a revolutionary leader, and now 10 years on, he has a family of his own, and he has all of that responsibility, not only to the immediate family, but also to the community. And obviously, as I grow older and my family get older, the parallel you're able to draw from personal experience, and I have a relationship with my teenage son, which is not unlike the relationship that Caesar has with Blue Eyes, and it's great to be able to draw from real experience and play them, and as Caesar becomes more humanized, I suppose, to be able to draw more and more on real experience. The relationship with Malcolm, they literally spot each other in that first time where they confront each other, and there's just something immediately that is drawn between them, an energy, a respect, an understanding. Isn't to say that's going to last, but actually the great thing about the journey of Caesar's relationship with Malcolm is that there is an element of hope for both the ape species and for the humans, because there are two people who are trying to find a peaceful solution, and that is that it doesn't always work. The trust breaks down at times. It's a complex journey that they both go on, but eventually they think they are going to achieve it. They're not far from being able to achieve an accord. And of course it doesn't quite happen, and it is deeply tragic. It's a very tragic moment where they have to acknowledge that despite all of their empathy for each other and for each other's species, it just cannot be. The character, was defined by the fact that Caesar has this almost not sadness but conflict and weight, and he's just carrying a lot more, pressure around with him, and it was very interesting to be able to play the logic of Caesar and the reasoning and suppressing the animal side of himself, and then just see that sometimes be unable to be bottled in any longer. So that range was very interesting. But on the whole, he's quite still, and I really enjoyed playing the power of the character and the sort of the natural leadership of the character without having to do but being able at the same time to really internalize a lot of it. The main difference was in terms of the stimulation for acting was, of course, we shot on location for this movie. 99% of it was shot outdoors, either in the rainforests of Vancouver or in where the ape community was created in New Orleans, and that really helped enormously in terms of the reality and the real, sensorial kind of stimuli that was helping us create all of our characters really and all of our situations. So that was huge, and the technology now is bulletproof in that respect, and you can shoot outside with very bright lighting, and then of course one of the things that has changed hugely since Rise is the post-production pipeline and the facial mapping and the fidelity to the actors' performances and the authored performance on set, now taken to another level in terms of the one-to-one relationship of what we're doing and the way that Weta have created the software to really honour those performances. I saw the film for the first time a few nights ago, and I can't wait to see it again because it's so powerful and emotionally connective, and it's not just about, what Weta do is extraordinary because their team of animators really fully understand the underlying emotions and are able to communicate those, and that takes such skill, and also it takes years of learning. It's not something that you can, and it's not really a technology, it's skills and skills in interpreting performance. One of the areas when you have new actors coming in and using performance capture is that it's like being given a new toy, and you can see in real time, working with quadruped arm extensions but seeing in real time the character that you're creating on screen, and there's a lot of play, and that's great, but actually, and it makes you want to do more, to see that character move. But actually, one of the things I think I was able to impart to a number of actors was a sense of stillness as being the key to it. And actually, yes, you've got all that, you've got the facility to do all that, but you then harness it and you draw it right back into yourself, and you make it emotionally very truthful by not doing too much. I have no idea what happens in the third round, other than that I've been asked to be involved in it. So I know Caesar's going to show up, but I know that it's very early stages. I mean, obviously the logical thing would be that it turns into all-out war, but maybe that's not the way to go. I don't know, and it all depends on, as you say, we're going to end up in the 1968 Planet of the Apes, but does that happen in this next movie, or does it happen in 2 or 3 movies, or 4 or 5?